Leonardo da Vinci, the unparalleled genius of the Renaissance, curious beyond limits, visionary in ideas, absolute master of art and science. His creations forever changed history, blending talent and innovation in every stroke. Leonardo didn't just dream the impossible. He sketched, studied, and turned it into an eternal legacy, an icon inspiring humanity to go beyond the obvious and achieve the extraordinary. Leonardo was born on April 15, 1452, in the small village of Vinci, in the Tuscany region of Italy. The illegitimate son of a notary and a peasant woman, he grew up in a simple environment, surrounded by nature that soon sparked his curiosity. From a very young age, Leonardo showed an inquisitive mind and a hunger for knowledge that went beyond the ordinary. He did not limit himself to merely observing the world. He wanted to understand it in its essence. In rural Vinci, surrounded by woods, streams, and animals, his interest in nature flourished. He spent hours observing the flight of birds, the movement of water, the shapes of plants, and the anatomy of animals. This intimate connection with nature planted the seed of what would become his insatiable curiosity. At the same time, Leonardo began to develop an impressive talent for drawing and painting, able to capture details that few could see. At 14, he went to Florence, one of Europe's cultural and artistic centers during the Renaissance, to apprentice under the renowned artist Andrea del Verrocchio. There, he came into contact with advanced techniques in painting, sculpture, and mechanics. The environment was buzzing with the creative effervescence typical of the Renaissance, and Leonardo absorbed everything around him. However, he was not content with art alone. His mind sought knowledge in many areas, from human anatomy to engineering, from music to architecture. Leonardo soon stood out for his ability to move between disciplines. This versatility marked his path to becoming a true polymath, someone who does not limit himself to a single field, but masters many with excellence. This characteristic was essential for building his work and legacy. As the years passed, Leonardo consolidated his reputation as an exceptional painter. But his genius went far beyond the canvas. In Florence and later in Milan, where he worked for the powerful Sforza family, he developed projects that combined art, science, and engineering, a rare and innovative combination for the time. His artistic talent is evidenced in works that have become world icons, such as the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. In these paintings, Leonardo explored revolutionary techniques to convey emotions and depth. The use of sfumato, a shading effect that softens transitions between colors, created realism never seen before, making his figures appear alive and full of mystery. This ability to go beyond traditional technique shows his visionary side, someone who not only creates but innovates. But Leonardo was not content to paint only the visible. His curiosity pushed him to understand the mechanisms of the human body, the dynamics of water, the flight of birds, and how machines work. He performed dissections to study muscles, bones, and organs, a bold act for the time, and drew every detail with scientific precision. These studies were not just for curiosity, but sought to reveal the laws that govern nature and the universe. In his restless mind, art and science were inseparable. Projects for flying machines, tanks, drawbridges, and hydraulic devices show his ability to turn dreams into concrete plans, although many were never built in his lifetime. This vision ahead of his time reinforces his characteristic as a visionary artist, someone who anticipated the future and constantly sought to innovate. Leonardo also recorded all these ideas in his famous notebooks, containing thousands of pages of notes, sketches, and theories in an enigmatic mirrored handwriting. These notebooks are a testament to his insatiable curiosity and his early scientific method, where experimentation, observation, and documentation blend. As his career advanced, Leonardo da Vinci consolidated not only his fame as an artist, but also as one of the greatest thinkers of the Renaissance. His versatility, the mark of a polymath, allowed him to move easily between different disciplines, creating bridges between art, science, and technology. Although many of his inventions and studies remained on paper during his life, the impact of his ideas echoed through the following centuries. His anatomical observations influenced the study of the human body, while his mechanical projects anticipated concepts that would only be applied much later. The combination of refined artistic technique and scientific curiosity positions him as a unique figure who transcended the boundaries of knowledge of his time. Leonardo lived a life dedicated to constant learning and the pursuit of understanding the world, guided by a curiosity that never faded. This restlessness led him to question everything, seek explanations, and challenge paradigms. He was not satisfied with the obvious, yearning to discover what lay beyond the surface. His studies of movement, light, anatomy, and nature show a mind that saw the universe as a large interconnected mechanism where art and science coexist. This integrated vision of knowledge is perhaps his greatest legacy, the Renaissance ideal of a complete human being, mastering multiple areas and using his talent to innovate and transform. At the end of his life in 1519, Leonardo da Vinci left an indelible mark on human history. His work and ideas continue to inspire artists, scientists, engineers, and curious minds of all fields. He is the embodiment of the visionary artist, the tireless polymath, and the insatiable curiosity whose quest for knowledge knows no bounds. Leonardo da Vinci was born in a period of great cultural and scientific transformations, known as the Renaissance, a time that sought to rescue knowledge from antiquity and innovate in all fields of knowledge. This atmosphere of intellectual effervescence was crucial for his mind to flourish. From early on, he showed a natural talent for drawing, but his real differential was the desire to understand the world in its multiple facets. During his apprenticeship with Andrea del Verrocchio, he not only mastered artistic techniques, but also came into contact with knowledge of mathematics, geometry, and mechanics, which further broadened his interdisciplinary vision. In Milan, where he spent about 17 years, Leonardo worked for the Sforza court and got involved in various projects, from painting to designing irrigation systems for the Ticino River to military engineering proposals. His ability to integrate art, science, and technology was revolutionary. Curiosities, such as the painting of the Mona Lisa, which took about 12 years to complete and still intrigues scholars because of the enigmatic smile of the subject, reflect his quest for the perfect balance between science and art. He applied studies of facial and muscle anatomy to create natural and fascinating expressions. Another example is The Last Supper, where he experimented with innovative techniques, such as using oil paint on plaster, which unfortunately compromised the durability of the work, but demonstrates his experimental spirit. This work portrays the exact moment when Jesus announces the betrayal, capturing intense and dynamic emotions, showing the psychological depth Leonardo could convey. His curiosity was not restricted to art. His notebooks show notes on bird flight, the possibility of human flight, detailed studies of the human body with precise anatomical drawings, including sketches of skeleton, muscles, and internal organs. He was a pioneer in observing blood circulation, centuries before science confirmed these phenomena. Leonardo also idealized machines that would only exist much later, such as the parachute, the helicopter, and even a type of war tank. Although many of these ideas never left the drawing board, They demonstrate his futuristic vision and his ability to think beyond the technological limitations of his time. Finally, his working method, which mixed art, science, and experimentation, anticipated the modern scientific method. He did not simply accept what was said. He tested, observed, and recorded, always with an insatiable curiosity that led him to explore every detail. Leonardo da Vinci represents the essence of the Renaissance, the meeting of art and science, the pursuit of knowledge without borders. His life was a journey marked by relentless curiosity, mastery of multiple disciplines, and the ability to see beyond his time. He was not only a brilliant painter, nor just a brilliant inventor. He was a true polymath whose multifaceted mind shaped not only the history of art, but also paved the way for modern science and engineering. His insatiable curiosity led him to challenge the limits of knowledge, exploring every corner of the universe, from the human body to the stars. As a visionary artist, Leonardo transcended traditional techniques to create works that continue to move and inspire the entire world. His creations are testimonies of his genius and passion for perfection. Today, centuries later, his legacy remains alive in every field he touched, reminding us of the power of the human mind when we combine talent, passion, and an infinite thirst for learning. Leonardo da Vinci is not just a name in history. He is the eternal inspiration for all who seek to transcend the obvious and reinvent what is possible.